Today's lesson will be solving polynomial equations when they're in factor form, as you can see in the two examples that are provided here. So when we're solving polynomial equations, we're going to be using the zero product property. So let's go ahead and explain what that means. So the zero product property is when you have an equation like you see in example 1 and 2, where you have two factors, for example here a, and your second factor here b, and it equals 0. So notice how the two examples here, both of the equations will equal 0. So that's why it's called the zero product property, because you have two real numbers, a and b, that are being multiplied to equal 0. So when that happens, that means that the zero product property is telling you that either a has to be 0 or b has to be 0. That's the only way that you would get a result of 0 if you're multiplying two factors. And as I mentioned, these equations here, these polynomial equations, will be in factor form. So you're always going to have multiplication involved here. Example number 1, you have only one term, so that's why I didn't put it inside the parentheses. But when there's two terms, we set them apart by putting them inside a parentheses. So my first factor here is going to be x, 2x, and the second factor here is going to be x minus 4, as I've highlighted here. So since we have two factors being multiplied and they equal 0, we're going to be using the zero product property. So when we're using the zero product property, our goal is to set up two equations which equal 0, since as I mentioned, that's the only way you're going to be able to get 0 out of a product if one of those factors equals 0. So let's set up our equations here. So our two factors are highlighted. So our first equation is going to be 2x equals 0, and the second equation is going to be x minus 4 equals 0. And then we just proceed and solve for x like we would normally do. So on the first one, we have 2x equals 0. I want to leave x alone, so I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. That cancels the 2 on the left side. And 2 divided by 0 divided by 2 is 0. So x equals 0 on the first equation. Similar on the second equation, I'm going to isolate x by adding 4 to both sides of the equal sign. And I get x equals 4. So my solution to this problem, to this polynomial equations, will be 0 and 4. So the solutions, we call them roots. We also call them zeros or y-intercepts. So every time you guys are writing your solutions here, you should state that the roots are whatever you found. So in this case, the roots are x equals 0 and x equals 4. And then we want to check that those solutions are in fact correct. So we go back to the original equation and we just plug in the values that we found that x was. So for example, for the first one, I'm going to plug in 0 for x. So everywhere I see x in my equation, I'm just going to replace it by 0. And then I'm just going to solve. So I'm going to multiply the 2 and the 0 since they're together. That indicates multiplication. Subtract inside the parentheses. We have multiplication again. We get that 0 equals 0. So that means that x equals 0 was correct. Similar, we're going to do it to the other solution that we got, our other root, which is 4. So go back to the original equation and substitute 4 for x. And then we proceed to simplify, so we get 8 for 2 times 4, and inside the parentheses we have subtraction, so we get 0 there. 8 times 0 is 0, so since we got that 0 equals 0, that means that both of the solutions that I got were correct. You always want to, even if you don't do it on paper, you should do it mentally so that you can check whether the solutions that you got were correct. Let's go ahead and do the second example. On this one, we have more terms for our factors. So we're going to set each of our factors that were highlighted there equal to 0. So we're going to use the zero product property, which I'm going to remind you states that if you have two real numbers be multiplied and they equal 0, then at least one of those two numbers would have to be 0. All right, so our equations are set up here. Let's go ahead and solve the first one. We cancel addition first by doing the inverse, which is subtraction. And then we have division to cancel multiplication. So our first root is going to be -7/2, and we can leave it as a fraction. Since 2 doesn't go into 7 evenly, we can just leave it as a fraction since it's already reduced. If you wanted to, you can turn it into a decimal as well. And we're gonna do the same process on the second equation, leaving x alone, and we get that this one is almost identical, but this one is a positive root. So as I stated, we're gonna go ahead and put our answers in a complete sentence. So the roots are x equals -7/2, and the second answer, which was x equals 7/2. And again, I'm going to leave them as a fraction. I don't mind fractions. Just make sure that you always go and check to see if you can reduce the fractions. I never take the extra step of turning it into a decimal. We can just leave it as a fraction. And like we did on the first one, but I'm going to leave that for you guys to do. Check to see that those solutions were correct by going back to the original equation and plugging in the values that we got for x. I hope that this little review helped you with today's lesson, which is using the zero product property to solve polynomial equations.